Hello, everyone. It's Karissa from Shining Light on Minnesota. I'm super excited. I have Rumi wall designs here, and I can't wait to share the story with you. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So let's get started. I know we've chatted a little bit, but let's tell everybody the story behind Rumi wall design.
So the story started probably almost 30 years ago.
Wow.
I am a serial entrepreneur, if I could just call myself like that, and
Yeah.
a serial immigrant probably. This is my fourth country, fourth language. But all of that was to get better in my career in fine arts and design. So I just pursued whatever would be the best place to learn. I just followed my heart to achieve those goals, and it's been a long trip. I studied fine arts and design in Istanbul. That's where I'm from originally, and Italy had to be part of my life.
Of course.
So I suddenly start learning Italian and moved to Italy when I graduated. It was in 2000, and there I mastered my skills to integrate fine arts with interior architecture. Because that has always been the focal point of me, my vision as a person since I was little. I was just visualizing. Even when I was just painting something, I would just stop and stare at the walls around me and just try to imagine how that painting would look on the walls.
Yeah.
So anyways, I moved there and I designed commercial tiles for Italian and Spanish and Turkish manufacturers, and that was my dream to achieve that goal, and I'm happy that I've done it.
Yeah.
Fresco restorations and decorative painting, trompe l'oeil. So walls has always been my my focal point.
What have been some of your favorite tiles and some of your favorite pieces that you've done, and some of your favorite colors and some of your favorite artworks?
I think my favorite tile designs are going to be definitely those ones that I kind of like modernize the tile designs from 13th century, from Ottoman Empire, or from even Seljuk Empire, even way before that. So those were kind of my favorite tile designs. But I don't know if as much as when it comes to mural paintings, I don't know if I have a favorite project, to be honest with you. But my most recent project that I've done with All Ink luxury appliances and cabinetry for their new showroom on Highway 55 in Plymouth, that was my one of recent probably favorite projects.
Yeah.
Because it just gave me an opportunity to reflect many of the things that I wanted to project, and it turned out really well. So it's always happy to see the happiness in my clients' eyes.
Yeah, right. How, as an artist, do you reset? Sometimes, like when you're drawing, you kind of get into a zone, or you want to reset and refresh, and like, okay, I got to clear my mind and start over, or refocus and get to a new project.
So I honestly, defined myself, my work, somewhere between art and design. Because I have the interior design background, I always approach the projects from a designer's perspective. Of course, there has to be that artistic part of it, that I need to create something. But it is not necessarily, I think, the biggest difference between an artist and designer. When an artist is in a creating phase, we usually do it with our instincts. Like it is something like an internal journey, and then you find the best vocabulary to project it on a piece of paper or whatever material you're working with.
Yeah.
So it is more like an internal journey. When it comes to designing, that's problem solving.
Right.
So you need to fit. It's definitely, there is that aesthetic matter, but that's also as important as functionality and problem solving.
What will work for them?
So So as much as it sounds challenging to combine those two together, I think they work perfectly hand in hand.
Yes.
Because it's like checking multiple boxes with a single project all at the same time.
Yeah. What has brought you? You said you've done some other traveling. Obviously, you've gone to other places. What's brought you to all the other places to traveling?
So I moved to Italy because
It's Italy.
it is Italy.
Yes,
Exactly.
obviously.
So I lived there almost 4 years, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot from the culture. I learned a lot about myself, to be honest. I was only like 20, 21 years old when I moved there. And that was kind of like a journey that I took within myself because
You want to learn about you maybe a little too?
yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like when we travel, we think that we're just going to learn a lot about the other culture, their people. But actually, if it is, maybe that's the case if you're just traveling somewhere for a couple of days. But when it is a long-term stay, then that just gives you the possibility, the reflect to yourself because you start from the scratch. You make your choices because you don't have friends, you don't have family. I mean, in my case, I was all alone, so all by myself. So I had to define who's going to be my friend. So where do I want to? So you make lots of choices.
Yes.
Again, from the beginning, and those choices define who you are as a person. Actually,
Absolutely.
so that was Italy, and then I moved to Spain. I think it was around 2007 that I started my master's degree in fine arts and design, and then I got a scholarship from European Union, which gave me the opportunity to study part of my master's degree at the University of Seville.
Yeah.
Which was an amazing journey again to reflect on myself, to get better in my art, and to do my research. So those were both career-oriented decisions.
Yes.
But this, me being in Minnesota,
Yeah.
it's definitely love-oriented because
Right.
my husband is from Minnesota.
Wonderful.
So that's why I'm here.
How did you meet your husband?
So he's practically, I'm a huge believer in destiny, by the way, especially the way that I met my husband, how we just end up just getting married. But he is my sister's husband, my brother-in-law's best friend.
Oh, wonderful.
So it just
happened.
It
Yep.
just happened. It
Yeah.
was such a coincidence because, to be honest, I have always found myself as a free will, kind of like have a like a gypsy soul. Like I could
Absolutely.
live wherever and whatever.
It'll happen.
It-
Yep. If it's meant to be, it'll be. Yep.
But living in United States was not one of the. I mean, it has never occurred to me. I never thought about living in U.S.
Right.
or moving here or any of that. But it happened, and I'm glad that it did.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that it is Minnesota,
Yeah.
not any other state.
Good. How has your traveling changed you today and in your belief system?
Oh, in multiple ways. First of all, when I first moved to Italy, like I was a 21-year-old, and I was probably, I could define myself back and then like as a nationalist. Like, so I was proud to be Turkish and so proud of my history, and I'm still am, but loving your country, I think there's a huge difference. Like, if you can still love your country, if you still can be proud of being a part of that country, despite all the effects, all the errors, all the mistakes, all the bad things that happened in the history, and despite that, you could still love your country. I think that's true love.
Yes.
So what I realized when I moved in Turkey, that I was just hearing these lots of comments and opinions about my country, my religion, and it was kind of really hard for me to handle those perspectives. And I was just in core of my heart, I was like, no, that's not true. No, this is not what happened in the history. But that actually gave me a great opportunity to be more open-minded and
Yes.
listen. What are they saying?
Yep.
Just continuing the conversation and hear their part. I mean, they can
Yep.
be totally wrong, but
Right.
let's have a conversation about
Yes.
this. So that gave me a huge, I think, opportunity to change me as a person in this life, because I think this is where we all struggle. We have very, very limited patience when it comes to have a open-hearted conversation with those
Absolutely.
ones that they don't share necessarily the same opinions,
Yeah.
thoughts, and beliefs with us.
Yep.
That
Don't
is
just
hard
shut
work.
it down. Just,
Exactly.
there are three sides to every story, one side, the other, and then what's actually happening,
Absolutely.
right?
But I think that's where we learn. That's where
Yeah.
we grow. That's where we transform. And I think that's why we are here as human beings, to
Yes.
keep learning and just to become the better version of ourselves.
Yes.
So traveling in abroad definitely was an eye-opening. And I come from a very modern, very open-minded
Yes.
family as well. But
Yep.
just experience is different than,
Traveling in
listening
life,
advice.
and
Exactly.
yeah, you get to experience all different backgrounds and all different cultures, and you get to really figure out how you want to be and who you are too.
Absolutely. And we learn. Like we
Yeah.
just, as much as we can interact with other cultures, we can learn from each other.
Yes.
And I find it honestly fascinating.
Very
And
much.
languages, like it just gives you an opportunity to learn a different language. And it is really different than, like if I go to Italy, and never happened, but because I was always trying to learn Italian and practice Italian there also. So I never used my
How
English.
can you not like go into a culture and stay there and not want to learn and not want to understand and fully be engulfed in that culture, right?
Absolutely. I mean, when you learn the language and just master it, and then you just distinguish the differences, or the huge hidden secrets in their expressions and the way of,
Because if you
they
don't, you're
say
going to
it.
take it the complete wrong way. It's going to be misunderstood.
Yep.
Yep.
So I find that's another way of learning. So languages play a huge part in that, and I think I love learning new languages.
Yes. So, who have been some of your mentors along the way that have really changed or helped guide you to who you are today?
I'm gonna say definitely my parents, my mom especially. I didn't know either, but when we discovered together my talent in arts, and that was when I was 11 years old, my middle school art teacher, wanted to have a conversation with my parents and say, this child is gifted, so you should pay attention to this talent because she can really become someone. So my mom, she's a very open-minded person, and my dad is very emotional. My mom is very logical, but they
Put the
balance
two
it pretty
together, it
well.
balances
Yes.
well. Yes. Yeah.
So she kind of really helped me to open up the horizon, actually, because she was the one who was encouraging me to go to other countries and
Wonderful.
just master my art. And she wasn't necessarily just go and move and live there,
Right.
but she was saying, like, do your master's degree there, take
Study, figure
art
it out.
classes,
Yeah.
and all the resources we can provide for you. Just they supported me.
Wonderful.
100%, because there are lots of doctors and lawyers or engineers or pharmacists in my family, both from my mom and my dad's side, and even older generations. So I come from a family who truly believe in academics, for
Yes,
sure. We take
absolutely.
it very seriously. So despite that fact, they never approached my talent in art in a way that, okay, you do your art as a hobby, but go
Go
study
study and figure something else. Have it as a
Exact-
secondary. Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I never ever experienced any of that approach from them. The opposite. They always encouraged me to become better. You can do more, and you can, and
How can you
even
make it a
today.
profession and a lifelong journey?
Exactly. So they have been great mentors for me, but also my grandparents. My grandfather was a medical doctor, and he was a huge believer. He was a very religious person. He practiced Islam, but he studied every single religion, like letter by letter, and he was a huge. I would say he was a very, very wise man. So I learned a lot from him too.
Wonderful. Was anybody in your family an artist, or was anybody able to help like kind of culture and help you figure out what kind of art you wanted to grow into, or an interior design or anything like that? Or that was
Nobody.
just more your draw?
To be honest,
Yeah.
nobody. Because when I look at like lots of interior designers,
It's more
story
self-taught.
is
Yeah.
yes, and or some of them they have like, oh, I grew up in a warehouse
Yeah.
and my parents were builders.
Or you go into a job and they teach you how to do it there. Yeah.
No, not really. My mom was a pharmacist, but she was a stay-home mom, and my dad was a dentist, and he's a worldwide collector. But I heard from my dad that his grandfather, who I never met, was an artist. I mean, he was a pharmacist,
Yep.
but as
He
a
liked to draw and
hobby,
he knew
yes,
something. Yep.
he was drawing, and we have his paintings, and I think he was really talented.
Yeah.
But he didn't practice it as a profession, but he did his own. He owned his own pharmacy, and then he was practicing his profession as a pharmacist, and on the side as a hobby he was drawing. But other than him, no one. But my grandmother was a huge traveler, so I
Yes.
think I took that side from
Absolutely.
her.
When you've done your traveling to Italy and other places, what have been some of the favorite places that you've seen, or some of the favorite things that you've done?
Well, I'm going to say, first of all, when it comes to Italy and Spain, I love South more than North.
Yep.
Because there's a huge difference, especially for Italy. South Italy versus North Italy, it's like two completely different countries.
Yep.
You don't necessarily maybe realize it in their architecture, but it is in their language, like from
Their
Rome
culture,
and
yeah.
Souther, they have their, including Rome, they have their own dialect and they have their own language.
In our language.
So I was living in Bologna in North because that's where the tile industry is. But there was no water. I'm coming there from Istanbul. Istanbul
Yeah.
is surrounded with sea. So and the weather was always dark and cold. So I struggled a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And the culture, the personality of the people, it was so different.
Yes.
And then I took a trip to Naples. And there I said, "Oh, I could live here."
Yes.
Like, this
Something
is-
totally different.
This
Total
is
culture.
so different. Their culture is so similar to Turkish culture, and also the language. Like in Neapolitan language, it is a mixture of Italian, Spanish, Arabic, and Portuguese. So because of we don't speak Arabic, and Turkish is not Arabic, but it's
Right.
not even similar. But we have some sounds in Turkish from Arabic and from French. And thanks to those sounds, I could pronounce Neapolitan words correctly. And even Italians couldn't.
Correct.
Because they don't exist.
dialect is a
in
little
their-
different.
It was different there. So that was a nice experience, experiencing South Italy. Because as I said, I love the culture, the food, my goodness, the people.
Yes.
Like,
The food is natural. It's just, it's not processed. It's just all.
it's so delicious. And that's the heart of pizza.
Yes, yep.
Naples says. So, and people love to get together. Family is super important.
Gathering,
They love gathering, and they have to have those long tables and have wine. And because in Naples they have Vesuvio, the volcano there.
Yep.
It's where Pompeii is. Because they had this trauma in their history,
Yep.
the mentality of Neapolitan people is that today we're alive.
You never know what's going to happen.
We have that volcanic mountain right over there. If anything happens tomorrow,
Yep.
we don't know if we're still going to be alive. So today that we're alive, let's eat and have fun.
Eat and be merry, for tomorrow we may die.
They don't love to work,
Right? Yes.
but they love to have fun, and it's a beautiful culture. I loved it. For Spain, I think I fell in love with South Spain.
Yeah.
Because maybe part of it because I found my cultural remnants there as the architecture of the cities, and because you see this Jewish, Christian, and Muslim cultures combination. It is a very unique place, Andalusia especially. It is, the architecture is so unique, the food is so unique, but it is the vibe and the energy. There is some warmth there. Flamenco, my goodness. I had no idea. Actually, I wasn't a huge fan until I moved there. And I had an Italian friend from Naples. And one day she said, "You're coming with me. We're going to watch flamenco." And I'm like, I am not
sure.
very fond of it. And she said, "Just, you're going to give it a try." And it was such an experience, because you feel the emotions of the dancers and the musicians. And it is such a art of emotions, probably.
Yeah.
It's music in the end. But I think I discovered there that it is way beyond it, and just became addicted to it, probably.
Oh yeah, because it's in your soul. It's part of it. It's part of who they are. Yes.
Yes. So South Italy and South Spain, I loved exploring every single square footage of it.
Amazing. What do you think you've learned that your why is, and what drives you every single morning to get out there and do something new?
I think breaking the habits, probably. I mean, we live in such a cycle. Like, we pretty much do the same things.
Yeah.
We need to.
Yes.
Because that's what life is about, probably. How it's built, created, designed. But at the same time, like, I think breaking habits could be a good example. Also, I love to discover what people and how people are thinking, like what we do and why we do it, like the reasons behind it, because I don't find life superficial at all.
No.
I think it's super profound.
Yep.
And us humans, especially as creatures, I think this is a very complex being, but at the same time, there's so much depth, so many layers to it. So when we just try to look at things from a different perspective, or just be open-eyed to not only to discovering other people's opinions or their perspectives, but also to ourselves, first of all. So let's say that I enjoy taking a journey within myself internally.
Right.
And I love every single bit of it. It is definitely challenging, because it just brings awareness there, and it just brings the challenges, because you realize that when you're aware of any of your defects, you realize that that is something that has to be changed.
Yep.
And that's not an easy task.
No.
But not yet impossible either.
Right.
So I think I like to challenge myself through that perspective also.
Right. Well, it's one of those things that not a lot of people like to think, hey, there's something I need to change. They like to think I'm just going to float along like I always have and hope that it works out, right?
Definitely.
Yes. So when you go into something and think, okay, I'm going to take some time to myself and try to reset and recharge and take a step forward instead of just floating and coasting along and hope it all works out.
Absolutely.
Yes. So you now have a family.
Yes.
Let's talk about the family that you have. You have a child that you're raising.
Yes.
And what do you hope for your child that you're raising?
Well, I hope that he becomes a nice, kind, beautiful-hearted human being.
A world traveler.
Definitely.
Maybe.
Well, I think
Yeah.
he has it in himself, because poor kid didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
So
He's going to travel with me. Yes. Yeah.
we've been taking these trips every summer to Turkey since he was 6 months old.
Amazing.
And we stay there almost like a month, and sometimes 2 months.
Good.
Because I wanted him to learn
And
Turkish.
see the roots. Yeah.
And because I didn't want him to feel like a tourist
Right.
when he's in
It's his
Turkey,
family.
in
Yep.
his family.
Yep.
Most of all, creating those relationships with the family, extended relatives, but also I find friendship there and here
Yes.
quite different, to
Yep.
be honest.
Create that bond.
Yes. So we give, and I think that's Mediterranean culture overall, because I found the same thing in Italy, in Spain. When we create friendships and they're profound, and you can go deeper and deeper, it just becomes like being truthfully like siblings.
Yes.
You can reach out to anyone that you're really close friends, and those people put their hearts, their lives, for you. So
Absolutely.
that is, I think that is amazing.
They're family. Like when you have those
Yes.
friends, no matter what's going on in the world, you call them. No matter how long you have talked or not talked, they're going to be there for you.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
And it is different here. I see that here. There is that Minnesotan bubble, I'm going to call it.
There is. Oh,
and it
yeah.
is the same thing with when it comes to like business relationships.
Yep.
And then personal relationships as well.
Right.
It takes so much time, so many layers
Right.
to get into that deep connection.
Right.
Otherwise, it's always so superficial.
That's why I do the podcast, to be more intentional and really get to know people on that deep level. Because otherwise it's all day long constantly seeing people, but it's not being intentional. It's not having that deep connection. So then when I see somebody, I know them more on a deeper level, then we can have that relationship.
And deeper relationship, definitely. Because
Because then I can be like, how's your son? How's your trip to Turkey? And then we can really relate, right? Yeah? Yeah.
absolutely. So I think taking those trips is definitely helping him a lot. I mean, his Turkish is phenomenal. I'm so proud of him
Yes.
for that. But I think the kid is talented in languages,
Yeah.
for sure.
Which you need to have too, because then you can, in life, you can translate, you can do all sorts of things, and it'll get you further no matter where you go.
But for that, I think I'm going to be grateful to, especially, I live in Minnetonka Community and Education Center. We took ECFE classes, early childhood and family education.
Yep.
And Benjamin was only 10 months old. And they, as soon as they heard that I was Turkish, I was an immigrant, I speak another,
Yep.
my native language is different than English. As soon as they heard about it, they put flyers in front of me and they said, read these flyers. Please keep speaking Turkish to your child. We want them to be bilingual.
Yep.
Just do not focus. English, they're going to learn no matter what.
Yep.
I wasn't necessarily planning to speak English to my
Right.
child, but I see a lot of immigrant families. They are concerned that they won't adapt. Those children are not going to be adapted to this with their skills and
Yep.
have,
Have English be the second language. Yep.
exactly. But that's not the case. Those children, especially, their brains are sponges, so in a very early age, so they are equipped to learn multiple languages all at the same time and master them incredibly.
And why wouldn't you have them do that at a young age?
And if they're living in an English spoken environment, they're going to speak English
Yeah.
like, natives. So it's not on the risk, but I think a lot of families, even today, they are kind of like finding it risky. But thankfully I didn't. I haven't. And they were telling me that being bilingual, like how you just transform bridges between neurons, and it is like designing an mathematical brain
Yeah.
for such an early age. So that was great for their brain development and everything. So I never stopped. I lost my hope. I'm not going to lie. I lost my hope along the way because there has been years that he didn't want to speak one single word Turkish to me. And then I sent him to Spanish immersion.
Yep.
So he started learning Spanish at age 5, and he wasn't really willing to do that.
Right.
And but I went to an English immersion school not in elementary. Back in then, my time, it was in middle school. It was starting. So I studied English for 2 years. I think it was like 36 hours a week, and it was challenging for me.
It is.
Because 11 years old is not so early to learn language. Of course, it's not like being an adult.
Right.
There's still advantage, but it was so challenging for me. So I did, and when I see that there was this opportunity to learn
At a younger age.
in a younger age
Yeah.
in the natural environment, like immersion way. So I'm like, okay, this is it. We're so doing this.
Yep, we're going to go.
So he is, because he mastered Turkish, so because he's experiencing Turkish friendships at a
Yep.
younger age, I'm just hoping that he would just keep exploring the
Continue
world
on.
and keep learning languages and defining what is he passionate in this life about.
Stay open and figure it out.
Exactly. So I would like him to, like myself, because I
With something
literally.
kind of outside the box. Think outside the box and figure it out.
Yes, I mean, wherever your passion stands, I think that's we all human beings, because there's a difference between like waking up every Monday morning and
Yep.
saying, oh, I have to go to work, versus
I get to go to work.
I get
can't
to
wait.
I can't
Yes.
wait. Exactly.
And every day is going to be something new, right?
Exactly. And I find myself so fortunate that I realized I mean, thanks to my art teacher, of course, like I realized my talent in a very early age. I had my parents, my family's full support
Yeah.
behind me. We had the funds to go and take other classes and just walk in the right path for my career. And so I feel super fortunate to do what I'm doing.
You get to be creative every day. You get to do what you love to do. And not many people get to say they get to do that, what their passion is. I mean, even if your passion is something you don't get to do every day, you can intertwine it with what you get to do. I mean, I love to play golf, and who would have thought at a young age I'm going to be in a window film shop and getting to be creative with the wall graphics and getting to be creative with whatever I get to do and intertwine that with everything else. And I love what I do. I get to speak to people and I get to be out there, and every day is something new. And it's something that I love to do. I wake up and I'm like, okay, what can I do that's new and different and creative today? It's invigorating to wake up and be like, I love what I do. So many people are like, okay, I'm tired, I'm wore out, I've got to go to work again. And it's like, no, I get to go to work again. And it's just one of those things as young children thinking, hey, I'm just going to wake up and invent something these days with AI or whatever it may be. The work ethic is different as well. So it'll be interesting to see in the future what's going to come of that as well.
I totally agree. I do. So, yeah, I mean, and working in being creative.
Yes.
As much as it sounds super cool or,
Yeah. It's work.
it is work, and it
Yeah.
is like, I think we creative people, we have a little bit more complex brains than others maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have ADHD. So and I think that's the price to pay for a creative mind.
Yep.
So there are lots of different tabs like open in my mind, and my brain is spinning all the time, kind of like, even when I feel like I'm thinking, I keep thinking even while I'm dreaming. So that's
But it's being creative. Like, I could do this and I could do that, but then I could go over here and try that and put it all together.
Absolutely.
It's like a puzzle piece, right?
absolutely. And maybe it is my professional defect that I have. I don't know. Whenever space I walk in, I cannot help but thinking, like visualizing those, especially if they have blank walls.
Yeah.
Like, what could have been done differently?
Right.
And of course, the sky is the limit. There's so many alternatives to do rather
Yes.
than just plain walls.
Yep.
And my brain is spinning with multiple ideas. And when I find something appealing, it could be like a total transformation.
Right.
Then I reach out to the owners and say,
Yeah.
hey, I have this vision
Yes.
about your space, and
How can I help?
exactly
What can I do? How can I intertwine the colors, or how can I make your patterns come to life, or how can I make it work? right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
because I think, like, especially for interior murals,
Yes.
and that's what I'm more focused on. This is interior murals are, especially integrated murals, are when it comes to commercial or multifamily projects, they can do so much more, or what branding cannot do.
Right.
And because there is that, it's not that only aesthetic level, but it is so much profound. It just speaks with emotion.
It's a piece of art that I'm going to bring your colors
Definitely.
and bring it to life, right? Yeah.
Definitely. So, and I don't necessarily see myself, this is not about me. My projects are not about me, but they are totally about my clients and however they would like to project their branding for their, and it is the bonding piece, and it's a very powerful tool because it is, I use art for that, between them and their clients. And my job there is to find out their authenticity and their even their style, their personality, or
Let's have that conversation and
brands.
figure out who you are and what you want to do.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
And then spread it around their walls. That then art becomes so powerful
Yes.
and so meaningful, I would say.
Yeah.
Because it just creates connections and
Yeah.
bonds, and then that is a memorable experience that they have in those spaces.
Yes. How many times have you walked into a place and having a conversation with somebody and it just all of a sudden automatically clicks? You're like, okay, I know exactly what we need to do based on your conversation with them.
So it depends. Sometimes as I walk in, I can, if the architecture of the
building,
interior
yeah.
is so
Frank Lloyd
obvious,
Wright or something like that.
exactly,
Yeah.
then I mean it's just screaming all over.
Yes.
So that's very easy.
Yeah.
But sometimes it could be, I would say probably the interior design of the space is definitely the big integrator.
Hard
for
when
me.
you have somebody that wants something and the building is totally opposite, or the vibe is something different too, maybe.
Not really.
really?
I mean, sometimes, well, it all depends. Like, for example, sometimes like interior designers reach out to me and they say, okay, we have this wall. We want an accent wall here. What do you think? What are the
Yeah.
ideas? So there's already a mood board there. So
Yeah.
there's already the style of the design is already there. So
Right.
my job is really easy in
Easy.
that matter, because all I need to do just make the last
Yeah.
touch, and maybe most powerful touch
Yeah.
there with art, and just project their vision there.
Yep.
This could be the style of the designer, it could be the personality of the homeowner. If
Yep.
it's commercial, then it's the branding. So there it's easier. But sometimes my clients reach out to me and they have no clue what they want.
Right.
They just know that they will have
I don't know.
these.
It's the whole I don't know.
Exactly.
Yes. Yep.
And which is
and they
perfect.
can't make a decision. Then it's like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go to work.
Yeah, I mean, that's still a challenge, but I think it is a very fun challenge. I find it super fun, because then it comes to my skills to help those
Pull it out of them.
clients.
Yep.
Exactly, to pull out, to ask them the right questions, and then to understand what they want and what they like,
Yep.
and what they kind of like concern about, and their dislikes. I think I find it as important.
Right.
I've done interior design and design consultation in Minnesota for many years, and I did color consultation as well. So when it comes to Minnesotans, a lot of times I experienced the fact that they already had some sample color swatches in their hands, but they just need someone to give them
Give them advice.
exactly,
Yes. Yep.
or agree with
And
their
lighting colors
and-
change, and the colors change, and what accent walls work and which ones don't. And yes, yep,
Exactly.
the pops of color.
Or sometimes they have no clue what they want, but their house already gives you lots of hints. I think it is like just
Here's
finding.
the grays and which ones go with the gray, or here's all the blues and what goes with the blue to make it
Yeah,
pop.
I mean, just following those hints and just finding and defining.
Having
it
you
for
make the
them.
decision for them. Yep.
Yes, but I love to work with my clients in the way that, like, this is a collaboration. Like, it is
Yes.
never my project. It's never my vision or my,
You're the expert, but they have to make the decision.
Exactly. I just see myself, as I said, like a bridge between them and themselves, and just use art as a tool.
Yeah.
And colors play a tremendous role.
Yes.
Defining the style of the interiors, but also like how we feel, throughout the day.
Right.
Also, like the walls
Yes.
that we're surrounded by, or the colors of the theme of the mood of the space that we're surrounded by, it just makes a huge impact of us. So I think the colors play probably a huge role there.
Yeah.
And I can say that probably the secret of my projects are definitely related to, until I find the correct, that perfect hue.
Yeah.
I take my time.
Yep.
Because
It's got to fit the person, the
it
personality,
is-
and the lighting and everything.
Exactly,
Yes. Yep.
Exactly.
Because I think a lot of people don't realize they're like, oh, I have some colors from the store. The store's lights could be amber, and they get home and their lights are cool white, and it's totally
Definitely.
a different color.
Definitely.
Yes.
And also,
Or they're outside or whatever.
like when it came to my own house, to be honest, so to find out the color, the right tone for my
Yes.
walls, I don't know how long it took me, but I know that, I
Yep.
remember this, that I had to find a custom color, because as much as there are like thousands of colors and hues out there,
Yes.
none of them were not perfect enough.
Right.
So I had to do it myself, and probably, I'm going to say 10 people
Yeah.
so far. We've been living in that house for the last 10 years. At least 10 people asked me the code of that
The
custom
Sherwin-Williams color or whatever it may be. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to give them the color code, but
It's going to look different where you're at.
most of them came back to me saying, you know what, it didn't look bad. I'm like,
Your
okay,
lights, your
it is
room,
not
the
going
shading,
to.
everything's
Yes.
going to be different where you're
Yes,
at.
because
Yes.
it's like as each person is each individual is
Yeah.
you know
And you
special
see it
in
a
their
different
own
way in
way
a
or
different room.
Each space is
Yeah.
so yeah,
And that's the hardest thing to explain to a client. I mean, we go through that every day with our
Yes.
painting and our swatches and matching Sherwin-Williams colors with our prints and everything. It's like, okay, I can print that, but it could be 3 shades lighter. Sun beats on things. There's all different colors. Here's our swatch. Or let me just print you a sample and you put it in your room. You put it on your glass. You put it on your wall to see how you like it in your room. If you want it lighter, we can do it lighter, whatever it may be.
And you know, sometimes it's actually it is never a cookie cutter
No.
solution.
There's no job
for,
that's a cookie cutter. No.
Exactly, there's no one. But at the same time, so I since I have been interacting with lots of designers, and because I have my background as an interior designer
Yeah.
myself, and now I'm on the other side, like
Yeah.
I'm the contractor.
You're doing the design for the interior designers.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
Now I'm the contractor. I'm trying to help them with their own designs. So a lot of times that I get the question, okay, we love this work. How much a project like this would
Right.
cost? How long does it take?
It's all price variant.
Exactly.
There's no,
And then when I start with, well, it depends.
Yeah.
I know
how many
that
layers, how much time, what the walls are like. There's so many variants.
they need more of that.
Yeah.
So they need more than that.
Yeah.
So I came to realize that I'm going to launch this catalog.
Mm-hmm.
Just I want to kind of like turn my services to a product maybe.
Yeah.
Because yes, each project is definitely different than
It's
the
all
other.
custom.
Has to be
Yes.
customized,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Individually designed. But at the same time, when the sky is the limit,
Yep.
when it comes to design options,
What they need right now versus
that is
what's custom.
Yes, and that could be so overwhelming.
Yeah, too
And
much.
They
Less
want
is
to
more.
show something like to their own clients.
Here's an A, B, and a C option.
Exactly.
Yep.
This is how it looks. This is how much it costs, and this is when it's going to be done.
So here's an A option, and B option, and then the custom option.
Yes.
Yep.
So I am just preparing a catalog, especially for interiors, like a
Yes.
mural, hand-painted mural design catalog for
Yep.
interior designers, for builders, general contractors. So, and I can't just wait to share it with them
Yes.
once it's ready. So there's going to be all sorts of information, and it is still going to be, there is that room to be customized, definitely.
Yes.
But at least it's going to just give them a kind of like guidance
Yes.
about like what could
Per
be
square foot or whatever it may be, or how much
Absolutely.
time. Or,
and what
yeah.
are the design options
Yeah.
for their own specific
So they have a little bit more options to tell
projects.
people. Yep.
Because there's a difference between commercial and residential.
Yes.
There's a difference
How many
between-
layers, how much coatings, how much
Exactly.
time, how many paint. Yep. Yep.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I just want to make my services, my mural painting, decorative painting, and wall coating services to be more accessible to designers and
Yeah,
builders.
for sure.
So
Well, you would think as interior designers, I mean, that they would understand that a little bit, but they don't. No. To an extent.
Yeah,
Yes.
some do, some don't. I mean,
Right.
I think some fear to take. First of all, to be honest with you, if I am the interior designer
Yeah.
working with an artist,
Right.
kind of like sounds risky because
Yeah.
I don't know how much it's going to cost. I don't know how much it's going to look
Or
on
what
my
it's gonna
wall.
look like when you're
what
done.
it's going to look
Yep.
like. Because
Right.
if I'm an artist,
an artist.
I can say, "This
Anybody
is my
can be an
art."
artist.
Exactly.
And
This
that's
is
how it's
my
gonna
art
look.
and this is it. But the way that I work with my clients is specifically is because of that. But that's why I collaborate and just this is a design that we do together because my job is to fit their needs,
Yep.
resolve their problems.
Here's my previous design book on pieces I've done, so you
Exactly.
know my quality.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think consultation is a big part of this
Mm-hmm.
because, yes, I have a visual mind. I can visualize everything.
Yep.
But you don't have to. Some of us from this
Right.
side of the brand, some of
Right.
on that side of the brand. And even though designers, we're from the same side of
Yes.
the brand, they don't have the time or they just want to get
Get it done.
things done.
Yep.
In
I want
the
to get it
best
done and I want it
possible
done
way
now.
so that their clients could be
Great. I want it
happy
done
with
and
the
I want it done
project.
yesterday.
Exactly. So that's why I just do this consultation, and there's no price for this. if they want to explore ideas, other ideas,
Yep.
to again project their own style or the mood of the design of the space, I'm just willing to work with them. I provide designs for them and take the pictures and Photoshop those designs, those
Yeah.
ideas on their walls so that they can see what the project looks like
Yep.
at the end before there are any commitments, anything. So provide samples. And because when I walk into a space and if I believe in to a wall design project, it is my job to put it in front of others.
Here's what I'm seeing. Here's what I
Exactly.
can incorporate what I want it to look like.
Exactly.
Yeah. Instead of
Because-
this is what's in my mind, how can I explain that to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
And not all spaces and all walls are mural friendly either.
No, right.
Sometimes there are better alternatives
Yes.
out
It's
there.
not a level 5 finish, or it might have
Absolutely.
nails popping out, or it might be a different type of material. Or
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
sometimes it has to be a hand painted mural because
Absolutely.
that is more powerful and
Yeah.
just the impact is
A child's
is
room, and
amazing.
you want some Winnie the Pooh with whatever it may be. Yes. Yeah.
And just giving that to my clients, I
Personal
think
touch.
that is the best part of that's why
You do what
I'm
you do.
passionate about this
Yeah.
because I resolve their problem, but at the same time,
It's
just-
personal.
It is because just taking whatever they have inside of them as their style or whatever they want to project on their own walls in their own language and their way,
Yeah.
and the way that they want it and within their colors. So when I do that, and if I can totally comprehend
Yep.
their likes and dislikes and everything, and if I can just deliver beyond their expectations, and that's always the goal, then I can see the happiness, and that's priceless.
Absolutely. It's bringing your passion into them and bringing their passion into you and putting it into one. And it's a piece of art.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And in that case, I believe that then my art, my talent has a value.
Yes.
Because
or
if
it doesn't
is-
have a value because it's invaluable.
Exactly.
Yes.
If I'm just experiencing or just living, my art within myself, and if I'm not sharing it with my community,
Right.
I think the
Then what's the
value
point
is
of
very
it? Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
The value is very limited there. But
Yeah.
in this case, then
It's showcased everywhere.
like this all ink project, like this is the entryway of their new showroom in Plymouth.
Amazing.
This is a third generation business and based in Minnesota. And I think their story is very cool. And they have an amazing team. I loved working with them. And we designed this project all together. Like we just defined what is the purpose that we're trying to achieve here and what is the tone that we want to, so we just defined it within their own branding colors. And we wanted to make their visitors feel special and valued
Yep.
and appreciated as they enter to this building.
Yep.
Because there's this entrance door and then there's the other one to the showroom direct. This is the exterior, this is the door of the entrance.
Yeah.
And visitors, they have literally 3 seconds between
And
those
you want
two
that
doors.
wow factor.
Exactly.
Yes.
We wanted their
Unique.
visitors to stop
Yep.
for a moment
Yeah.
and say, wow.
Yeah.
And I mean,
How does that not do it? Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
we did it. And I'm so happy because the feedback that I'm getting from this project is beyond words.
Yes.
Because as much as I'm a creative and I might look like and I'm a very, extroverted person.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm really not. And when
Right.
it comes to, I think this is another defect for creative people. The line between your own personality and your job, it's very slim.
Yes.
So where do I distinguish the difference? Because sometimes when I reach out to people in the past and I see that they were not as excited about, their project.
Like you're excited and you're like, what'd you think? And they're like, well,
Exactly. I'm like,
oh,
we
I
can
put my heart and soul into that.
yeah,
What do you
I'm like,
mean?
this is, we can do this.
Yeah.
I can project like this. And then I saw that they weren't interested in it,
Right.
or they
It was
didn't
just work
understand
and
it,
it was
or
just
it
whatever.
wasn't not, whatever reason, it doesn't matter. But it was not, yes, let's do it. And I couldn't help but I took it personally.
Yeah.
And then I come to my house and talk to my husband and he's like, honey, this is not about you.
But
They
it
just
is.
didn't want to do your
Right.
project. This
Yeah.
is, I'm like, but
But
how
it
do I
is.
distinguish this? Like it is,
You
but
bring it home with you. Yeah.
so that kind of like, as much as it's kind of like, it breaks your courage for the next approaches or, I had a pause period, I have to say, because the name of my company was different. I was doing interior design and color consultations here in Minnesota until probably a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And then I came to realization, like I turned 47 and I said, I was always painting murals at the same time.
Yeah.
But when I realized like I turned 47, I'm like, okay,
Life change.
for how many years I will be climbing on those letters and
Right.
paint on walls and ceilings? Like
Yeah.
I'm getting older.
Right.
And I said, from now on, I'm just going to pursue my passion, which is painting on walls.
Yep.
And I'm just going to accept only wall projects.
do
and
what
I'm
makes
going
me
to
happy.
Focus exactly.
Yep.
And I realized that I never ever put my all in on that table as a wall designer.
I had
here.
too many hats spread too many ways.
This was, well, a couple of things. First of all, there was a cultural difference. First of all, when I was working in Italy, I was doing murals and decorative painting. And this is the same thing in Spain. I had a sample board.
Yeah.
Imagine like a plywood.
Yep.
And I would carry it
Yep.
from one architecture office to another one builder,
Yeah.
one designer, another. I would just knock those doors, get in. Hello, my name is, this is what
Yeah.
I do.
You
If
do your
would be
presentation. Yep.
exactly. If you would be interested. And that's how I got my business
Yeah.
there because I
That's
don't know
what you
anyone.
do. Right.
And then that's how my network just started to get bigger and bigger.
Right.
Here, I couldn't do it. Here, I went to, this is a funny and a sad story. Okay, I'm going to share it. So I went to the Children's Hospital in Minnetonka.
Yep.
And I see these blank walls. And back in then, this is 2017. My son was little, so I was mostly focused on the preschool projects, like murals for kids
Yep.
and
Making them happy, but also helping.
see here, like this one over here, that was a playhouse in Deep Haven. So I reached out to them. I just looking, detecting all the blank walls, all the waiting area. There's nothing that just kid friendly there.
Stepped out. Yeah. Stuck out.
And they were not very, there were two receptionists there. They were not very friendly. They didn't want me to be there. And one of them started to make fun of my accent. I didn't feel very welcome. And then they were
They're
like,
the gatekeepers. They don't
yeah,
let you
they were
in.
kind of
Yeah.
like, they were kind of rude. But anyways, and I'm like, why are you guys treating, they were like, well, you can't just walk in and ask questions and
not?
just look at the walls. And I'm like, okay, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I mean, apparently I'm from a
Right.
different culture. Then please, can you please help me? Like, what is the right way to do it? Like, what have I
Yeah.
done? No, like, okay, all right, cool. And I left. And then a week later, I shared this with my friends and they were like, no, this is not okay. They should have never done that. That's disrespectful. What do you mean mocking you? Like they got really, I'm like, yeah, right?
Right.
So I went back there and I just wanted to talk to the manager.
Yeah.
So as well, okay, and the lady was sitting there and I wanted to ask her name and she started to just lie about what happened. She said, you just walk in, you didn't ask any permission to anyone. I'm like, no, this is not, look, we have cameras here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you look, there's no audio.
Rewind
I'm
it and
sure.
let's watch it. Yep.
But anyways, an hour later, I have a knock on my door. Cops came. My son was 1.5 years old. And I'm like, what's happening? And he was like, would you like to tell me what happened at Children's Hospital? I'm like, I would love to. Please listen to me.
Yeah.
And finally, I have
Here's my
someone
story.
who's going to listen. So I had a, what is it called? What order it is called? Like, I should not be around the hospital, like
Order of
2
protection?
miles. Yeah.
Yeah.
2 miles ratio is there. So restriction order.
Oh, restriction order. Yep.
For 2 years. But I live in Minnetonka, and if my child is severely sick,
Then where are you supposed to
I
take him?
might have to take him to the Children's Hospital. So we called the administration, and we explained what happened, and they apologized. and they
restraining
waived
order.
it.
There you go.
But that was my very first experience, so which wasn't very pleasant. But it was an eye-opening experience also. So then it just made me realize, okay, this is not how you make business in Minnesota. Things work differently here, and you can't just go and just talk to people.
Door knocking. Yeah.
You need network, connections.
Yeah.
You know, everything goes through here, personal relationships.
What's the funnel? How do I get in? How do I
Yeah,
do it?
how do I get in? Or, you know, the other way that I found that has been effective also, instead of waiting for the phone calls when you're desperate.
Which the phone doesn't always ring. You got to figure out ways and different ways in, and tomorrow might be different than what it is today. Yeah.
Exactly. So I just walk in, and just if I see that there could be a transformation, like if a mural painting is going to make a huge impact for the business owner, especially for their own marketing and branding purposes, then I share the idea. And usually I have to say they're interested, and almost always they
Here, I'll
say
leave a
yes.
flyer. I don't want to talk to anybody. Here's my flyer. Just take it. You know, it's like, don't need to talk.
Or we just, you know, arrange a consultation meeting, you know, with me, like with the pictures and the ideas and everything. Then it just, we just go from there. But the way that we make business here, obviously, there's cultural difference. It is different than in Europe. So I struggled a lot as I learned. And then the fact that I didn't get enough requests was kind of like demoralizing as well. But then I just kept questioning myself. And what
am I doing wrong?
What am I doing wrong? And then I realized that I was doing a lot of things wrong.
Right.
Like, I've never written a business plan until last year because I thought, okay, I'm an artist. I'm not running a restaurant.
I don't need one. I'm just painting. Why can't I just go in and tell people I'm a painter and I want to paint? Right.
And then I realized that, okay, that's a mistake. It doesn't matter what kind of business you're running.
You still have to be professional and figure it out. Yep.
You need to learn how to run a business. And Hennepin County, but there are so many other counties and so many other resources out there. In Minnesota, for small business owners, we have incredible, amazing resources.
SBE and all of them,
Yes, and there is and these are free resources. Like, those people are there to help you to make more money.
Yes, yep.
So that you would obviously pay more taxes and they make more money. I mean, it makes so much sense. It's a win-win. But how amazing it is that they are just willing to help with whatever you need. Like, I had for over a year and a half marketing. I work with a marketing lady co-consulting with Pauline. She was amazing. She helped me how to, what to say, what not to say. I'm still learning. But I realized that I was saying a lot of unnecessary things, and she was like, why do you say that? You should. I'm like, I'm being honest. Well, you don't need to, honey. That's too much. Like, it is.
But so, at the end of the day, you've got to be you. And people aren't going to like you and not know who you are if you're not you. So why change it?
Exactly. That is another, I think it's a very important piece of it. Now, here comes another cultural difference. In Europe, we wear this avatar. Like, there is a certain way of speaking. There is a certain language of business. And there are things, or how you project yourself, or here there isn't.
No.
Like, I love this about it.
You be you.
Exactly.
You have to be you, because if you're not you, then.
And that's totally who I am as a person in this life too. I don't like fake.
No,
I don't want to be fake. Let's be truthful. Let's be real, and we can handle it. But instead of just living a pleasant lie, doesn't exist.
No.
I prefer,
if you don't like something about me, then tell me.
Definitely.
Don't go behind my back and say it.
And why do I act as if I'm someone else, or my business is in a different position?
If you don't like what I'm doing art-wise, tell me so I can create it and fix it while I'm there. Then have me do it and then tell somebody else you don't like it.
Exactly. Or I don't need to pretend as if I'm super busy and I'm it is okay, because we're all just
figuring it out.
Exactly, just step by step, and it's okay. So one thing that I think it was a game changer for me as a business owner, something shift here. First of all, Rumi, I changed my business name. It was iMural, now it's Rumi, and I own it to Minnetonka High School kids because I attended they have a vintage program. They bring the high school kids, but the professional business owners, and we create a project together.
Nice.
It is an amazing program.
Yes.
So thanks to those kids, they said one day, Seran, apparently you love your work. Like you're so passionate about what you do, but you just mentioned that you don't like your company. Why don't you change it? I'm like, can I? Like,
Yes, you can change
yeah,
branding. People do
you
it
can
every day.
change it.
Yeah.
Why don't you do it? Like, oh, but it's going to be complicated. Shall I go with Turkish? They're like, just focus on something that it reflects you. And we were going to have a meeting after a whole month. And I said, okay, I'm going to write down a couple of alternative names and then we can discuss it on our next meeting.
Yeah.
I didn't have any other name in my mind for the whole month other than Rumi. Rumi came to my mind and it stuck. And Rumi is the name of a 13th century poet, and he's a philosopher. And he believed that the core essence of reason of our sense is just, it is love. Like, that is the root of all of us.
Yes.
And that is the root of existence. And he approached anything and everything with love.
Yeah.
And I think it's so
And that
beautiful.
clicks. Yeah.
And he has lots of quotes that they just help me, you know, when I'm feeling in the darkest spot. And I just read one of, and it is his wisdom. It's amazing.
Do you remember one of his quotes, or do you remember any of them that you can?
I think one of them says, it is the want where the light enters in you. I think that's very powerful. Like when we feel like we're in the dark space and we're just in pain, and maybe we lost a beloved one, and you know, our heart is aching, and that's where we really just
we find the light.
we find the light. We become more internal, and maybe that's where we just approach more to the divine creator, to
Yeah.
God, maybe.
Yeah.
So the other thing was like this pattern here. This is in Turkish patterns. The name of it is Rumi as well. And this is, I'm passionate, so passionate. I'm in love with this pattern since day one I've seen it, which was obviously so many years ago. But so Rumi was the name that I had to go with.
Yep.
And then I changed my business name. And one thing that I promised myself, I said, since I choose a name
Yep.
related to love, whatever I'm going to do, and every single step along the way, I'm just going to appreciate and just have
Be
fun
passionate
with
about
it.
and be parried. Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Each person I interact with, like,
Yeah.
because this is a path that I think we just walk along together, you know. All those network events that I attended in the past, like, oh, I have to go there, my goodness.
Well, and you're just a
when I
person, and it's just a number, and it's almost a game. Like, how many people can you get in front of today? It's just one after another, too.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, you know, first I thought that I had to wear that avatar and to go to those network events and pretend that I was someone else. That was the worst part for me, and that's why I never liked it. But then I thought that, okay, this is something that I'm doing to myself. No one is asking me to pretend as someone else,
Yep.
first of all.
Be you.
And no one is asking me to take the fun and the love out of it. Like, I
Right.
can still go through those phases
Yep.
to get where I want to get in this life, in my career.
Like, if I go to those, who can I talk to? Who can I network with to find out how I can grow from it?
Exactly. And the relationship we can create together,
Yeah.
the bonding
How can
that
we collaborate?
Exactly. And I want to know about your life. I want to know about your challenges.
Yep.
I want to know, like, what are your goals? And I want to applaud you
Right.
when you achieve those
Yeah,
goals.
we can grow together. Yeah.
Or I would love to support you when things get more challenging for you,
Yeah.
and I want to be there
If you need
for
something, let's figure it out together.
This is in
This is life.
this is why I think God created as all of us. Like, we're all individuals, but at the same time, we need our community.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would suffer.
Too much of a divided community. We all need to be one.
Yep.
Yep.
And once we have it, like when we have our own community, we have the help and the support, and we support each other, and we just have the, you know, love for each other.
Right.
And compassion one to another. I think that's where we all shine, and it
Yep.
just life then becomes heaven.
Right. Well, part of it too is I think that people are too close-minded, and they don't have those conversations, and they don't want to be open enough with certain people. Their circle's so small that they're like, I don't need anybody else in. But then those people that are so small and their circle so small, they start to lose those people, and then they don't have anybody left. And it's kind of sad to see people with the closed-mindedness to not be able to have those conversations or not let other people in. It's like there's so many amazing people out there and so many connections that you can have and you can grow from and your business can grow from, and just let people in. Grow from it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like in American culture,
Yeah.
we don't necessarily like to show how vulnerable we are.
Right.
And like I think losing someone, like I lost my aunt a year ago, a little bit more than a year ago, and she passed of cancer, and that was one of the hardest thing because, as I said, like I'm very fortunate to have an incredible family, and I have an amazing mom, but she was definitely a second mom to all of us, all of our cousins as well. So losing her, saying my goodbyes to her was super challenging. And you know that the day is gonna, cancer is something really,
Right.
I mean, no one has to experience it, no family, but unfortunately, today we do.
Yep.
But it is very, it was hard.
Yeah.
But then I dealt with depression in my life, I don't know, multiple times. And this time, instead of approaching it or dealing with it, you know, going to a psychiatrist, maybe
Yeah.
taking some pills and antidepressants so that I can function, I just opened all my doors to depression. And I
Yeah.
said, okay, I'm mourning right now. You know, I
Yeah.
lost a beloved person. I lost my second mom. Obviously, I'm going to hurt.
There's something up, yep.
Obviously, I will be broken. So I just embraced that depression.
Yep.
And I just decided to take my time. Like, as a mom, I need to function.
I know,
You
I'm
have-
healing. I know there's something here. Yep.
Absolutely. I have responsibilities.
Yep.
So as much as I could just, you know,
Give yourself grace.
give myself
Yeah.
grace and just, it is like the whole world could, and because the whole world stopped spinning for me and it was okay.
Yeah.
And I questioned lots of things. I questioned my existence. I questioned like, why are we here? Where are we going? Like a lot of things. And I think it was a very, eye-opening experience for me. I discovered so many things about me. Who am I as a person? This, and I always do. Like
Yep.
time by time, I ask myself those questions. I love that journey within
Yeah.
me, as I said. But that experience made me realize that one, when people don't want to talk about
Right.
mourning here, like
Yeah.
they want to pretend as if it doesn't
Everything's
exist, or like
perfect.
I got this.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah, no.
it's okay. I lost my mom, but I'm good. I'm okay.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm hurting. I'm in pain.
And it's
I'm,
okay to
I'm,
say that.
I'm devastated, and
Yep.
I'm feeling horrible. I'm
Yep.
broken. I'm in
Right.
pieces, and I need your help.
I need help. And it's okay to say you need help. Yes,
Exactly.
yep.
But like as soon as I would start a conversation about losing someone, I
Everybody
realized
shies
that
away.
everyone, because, and I get it. People don't know what to say,
Mm-hmm.
or they don't want to make you sad.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we should start having those conversations because it's okay.
Yep.
You know, and we don't have to be cheerful or happy or no, it's okay to feel sad. It's
Right.
okay to feel mad. It's okay to
Even if people don't want to
Hurt.
talk. I mean, I lost my dad about 2 years ago.
Sorry.
And then my daughter went through a really
Oh.
tough situation just a few months ago. And I was talking about it. And there was someone just a few months ago that said, I understand what you're going through with your daughter and her rare disease. Even if you don't want to talk and you just want to go watch the sunset, I'm here. Let's go do that. She's like, I know what you're going through and I know you want to talk.
Yeah.
She's like, pick up the phone. She called me. She's like, I'm here. Let's have this talk. Like, I know you want to talk. So we talked for a while and she's like, I understand. She's like, it is okay to talk. She's like, a lot of people don't know what to say.
Yes.
For a while, you don't want to talk because you don't know what's going on in your mind. She's
Yes.
like, but you need to talk. Like,
Yes.
let it out. She's like, it is okay to talk. So then once you do start to talk, you understand it is okay to talk. You let it out. It's grief. It's something you
It
have
is
to talk
grief,
about no matter
yes.
which way it is, whether it's a death or anything else.
Yeah.
You have to do it. You have to get through it and you have to understand that it's part of life. But then you start to understand that everybody does have grief, but you also have to live for each day.
Absolutely.
And you have to grow from it. And you have to understand that every day is a gift. And every moment and everything that you do is precious. And you got to make the best of it too.
Absolutely. And I think we need to have a little bit more mercy on ourselves.
Yeah.
especially when it comes to grief.
Yeah.
It is okay to hurt.
Yeah.
It is very normal.
Yep.
It is very normal to feel like you're scattered. You're just all on the floor
Yep.
and you're in pieces.
Yep.
And that is so human.
Yep.
That is very normal.
Yep.
And it is okay to ask help. But I think...
But you have to let people do it at their own time.
Exactly.
And that's the hard part. You don't want to just jump on people and how are you and how are you. It's like, I'm here when you're ready to talk.
Absolutely.
I'll be ready.
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
But I think those are really, really important because, first of all, we've talked about relationships and being more profound, those memories, those connections, when you are grieving and I reach out to you and I try to do something for you or just be there with you.
Put a hand on your shoulder, whatever it is,
whatever you need to make you feel better. And not because you cannot do it on your own necessarily.
But just
maybe
so
you could,
know
maybe
there's
you
somebody
cannot.
there that understands.
But exactly, let's share it.
Yep.
So let's be more profound. Let's have more profound connections there. Create them, and I think that is so powerful, and that's priceless.
And it's things that you carry with you. Now it's like, okay, I know this mom that's gone through it. She showed up for me, or the people that were actually there for you, versus the ones that never even said anything. It's like, oh, okay, like. Now you know. Like, it's people that want to talk and carry on those conversations with you. Those are your people, those people that you can turn to. Those are the people you bonded with through it all.
I think also this topic has those boundaries and the bubbles.
Yeah.
Because in my culture, when someone passes away, like everyone goes to their house, first of all.
Yeah.
So they bring food because they don't want them to take care of the food. Something similar is here too. You do that meal train thing. But there it is like more one-to-one, no more like interaction with people.
Yeah.
So you just go to their house, you just be with them. And then, the visitors come. That person can't stay alone. I mean, they have company.
Right.
And they don't choose to stay alone. Or even they do, maybe, they could.
It has to be their own time, though. But that's the hard part. Like,
absolutely.
People don't understand that when people aren't ready, they're not ready to talk or face it. It has to be when they're ready to talk, they will too.
But when I lost my grandmother, I was here, and that was the year that I couldn't go to Turkey. And it was a very painful experience for me because I couldn't say my goodbyes to her. And my next door neighbor, she came to my door with flowers.
Yep.
And she just came to give me a hug. And I will never forget that.
That's amazing.
Because that felt so...
it's like, I don't need to talk. I just want you to know I'm here.
Exactly. And I felt her support. And, she was sharing my pain with me, truthfully.
Yep.
And I think we need that.
Yeah.
We need those connections. We need those gestures instead of texting, oh, I'm so sorry.
Or just
from Facebook, I'm so sorry about your loss. And give me a call. Like, have me hear your voice.
The human connection.
Exactly.
There's not much human connection anymore.
Maybe our children are in that generation. They have this.
But there's no human connection behind it. The digital stuff.
Maybe this is going to be normal to them. Maybe they won't. I don't know. I truly don't know.
Scary.
We're going to watch and see.
Yeah.
There has always been a disconnection or challenges between one generation and another one. But I think what we're going through right now...
It's a shift.
It is a shift.
Yeah.
I think these children have a different chip than we have.
Right.
So I think the difference between us and them, this generation, is going to be probably more than... ever, maybe. I don't know. But
it's hard because they're seeing words where we used to hear the words.
Yes.
Like the bowling, everything like that, we would hear them, they're seeing them. The stuff you see doesn't go away. So they keep seeing them, where people would say mean things to our face, where they're seeing them and it's going around and it's going viral and they see it over and over and over again, where someone will come up to us and be like, your outfit's ugly, where now they're seeing the mean stuff over and over again. So it's an interesting little battle that goes around.
Can you imagine like the difference between our generation and theirs? Like, I remember when I was just running in high school hallways.
Yep.
So, if you just, fall or something, it's an embarrassment.
Yeah.
But only the people who are standing there are going to...
Now it's videotaped and it's going around viral.
And it can go just, the whole town can... And the pressure on the shoulders of these kids are I think it's too much.
It is way too much.
It is too much.
And the fact that people can just recreate videos that never even happened. Yeah.
And kids can be mean.
Yep.
And now they have more tools and equipment
you can
to
say,
be
yeah, you can
meaner.
say things because you're not face to face with someone, and it's going to hurt a lot
Oh yeah,
more.
it's much easier to
Yep.
text it rather than say it to their
Yeah.
faces. But yeah, hopefully it's gonna be all good.
Well, back to business really quick. So you've got the tile, you've got the paint, wallpaper.
Yeah, so wallpaper, I'm a huge fan of wallpaper.
Yeah.
I always have. So a lot of the times that I thought about my products and my projects and my services, I just wanted to create something that it is as accessible as wallpaper within my own design. So
Amazing.
I'm launching my own wallpaper collection in 2026.
Yay.
I'm super happy and
Exciting.
excited about
Yes.
it. So that is going to be something that those clients that I had in the past, or potential clients, I should tell them, either it was the timing or the expenses were not the best fit for them.
Yeah.
So to eliminate those two facts from there, for me to reach more clients, I just want to
An easier process.
exactly
Yeah.
an easier process, more accessible, and I'm considering hand-painted wallpapers as well. So that's
Yes.
going to be something between wallpaper and hand-painted murals.
Yep.
So that is going to be something next.
Yeah.
For sure. But for now, I'm very excited about this hand-painted murals catalog, the decorative
Amazing.
painted catalog,
Yep.
to put my services in a catalog that it is more accessible and like to see them more like a product.
Come to life in a product book. Yep.
Correct.
That way you can reach more people and
I can
kind of get
reach
it in
more
their hands.
people.
Yep.
I think the projects are going to go much faster in that
And
way.
put it in your backpack and go door to door and say, "Here's my book."
Yeah, exactly. Well, that is going to be, I see it because, like, delivering that catalog
Yeah.
to designers or builders, I see it as, to be honest, as an opportunity to make those connections with them, because I love
That's
meeting
what I
new
do.
people.
I mean, that's what everybody does. Yeah. You get in front of them. Here's my presentation. Here's my book.
Exactly. So, and I love to talk about my work as
Yeah.
well, so I can answer
Here's my
all of their
passion, and
questions.
here's everything. Yes.
Yep, it's an opportunity for me to answer their questions and everything, and to tell them more, and for me to learn about what they do, what their projects and their needs, and how can I adapt my skills according to their needs.
Yes.
Because that's what I exactly want to do. Like with my services, I want to solve their problems.
Yes.
That's my priority for sure. And then obviously exceed their expectations.
Yes.
That's the goal.
So you have a milestone. This project is going to be showcased where? I heard a rumor
Oh,
that.
yes. So this is going to be a project on Life magazine in
Yes.
Istanbul.
Yeah.
And we're very excited about it.
Exciting.
So as a former tile designer, I had my projects there and a couple more magazines in Europe, especially tile magazines in Spain and Italy, and some interior design magazines as well. So years later, after I moved to Minnesota, Life magazine, they reached out and they asked, "Hey, how is your tile business going?"
Yes.
And I said, "Well, no tile manufacturers
Yeah.
here. I'm just doing interior design and mural painting." So years ago, they just highlighted my work here with them, and then as I was working on these projects with All Ink, because I have multiple mural paintings
Yeah.
there, and there will be more to
Yep.
come in 2026. They just wanted to highlight those ones, and they're very interested in, because these are these designs, they have Turkish patterns.
Yes. Yep.
And our Ottoman empires, like from 16th century
Amazing.
Iznik tiles. And obviously we modified those patterns
Yes.
according to the All Inks needs as a branding and for their marketing purposes. But that's where the muse comes from.
Yeah.
So they just they want to highlight it, and we look forward to that.
Exciting. How can people find you and get a hold of you if they want you to come in and do a project?
So I'm on Instagram as Rumi, Rumi, Rumi Wall Design. I have my Facebook page as Seran Otterson, or I have my business page, Mural MN. That was my previous business name. And also I'm on LinkedIn
Yes.
as Seran Otterson, wall designer. Yeah.
And they can get a hold of me on here as well, and I can put them in touch with you. It will be on in a couple of weeks. It'll go out on Wednesday, and then it'll be in our blog post and in our newsletter too. So it's super exciting. We really appreciate having you on today, and can't wait to have you on again once it's in Life magazine and showcase the wallpaper. Super exciting.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, this opportunity, and it was great to meeting you and being here. Thank you very much.
You as well. Thank you so much.